Hey guys, it's Opeth09 from bodybuilding.com, bringing you a new training video. The Diesel Beast, aka Yoder, and I went to the Cannonball factory today, putting in some overtime. Started out the lift with some standing overhead presses, did a couple sets. Here I did 135 last set, did a couple sets of 155 beforehand. Yoder did something similar. He got there a little after me, so he didn't get that lift recorded, but I know he did at least a couple sets of 135. Here we are at face pulls, rear delt exercise. Basically what we're trying to do is, as the name implies, pull the rope to your face and try to squeeze the rear delts. Don't need to go too heavy on this exercise, because if you do, you're probably not going to feel it in your delts. Here we see Diesel doing some face pulls. You can see his rear delts activated, his side delts look like they're a little activated as well, but his delts are just freaking ripped, so that'll happen. But he got a good burn in, did a drop, get some more reps in, get more of a burn, get more of a pump. Like I said, don't need to go too heavy on this exercise, definitely an isolation exercise. Definitely go light until you can feel it in your rear delts. And after that, we decided to do a superset of this military press machine with lateral raise machine. We did a couple sets beforehand. This is our third set. I just did, not to sound like a show off, but I maxed the machine out and just did as many reps as I could. Just trying to go down deep and press up, not quite locking out. I like doing it that way, keeps constant tension on my shoulders. Then we over to the lateral raise machine, working the side delts out. Once again, not going too heavy, trying to get some good reps in. I was pretty fried after that military press. And here's Diesel doing the same thing, superset military press with the lateral raise machine. For those that don't know, these pressing movements for shoulders primarily hit the front delt, but they also hit the side delt and the rear delt to a certain extent, depending on at certain angles. You might hit the rear delt more or the side delt more, but primarily you're going to hit the front delt with pressing movements. And for people who bench a lot, the front delt gets hit a lot, so be wary of how many shoulder pressing movements you do, because you might end up frying out your front delt. And we did some FST7 dumbbell lateral raises, which was intense. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot harder than doing the lateral raise machine, and I decided, alright fellas, time to put in some overtime. Let's do a couple sets of front raises. Just trying to get some high reps in, trying to get a good pump. Branchmore inspired me on this set, as you'll be able to see in about 1 second. I dropped the weight. I'm not suggesting that you drop the weights, but once in a while it's good for a good laugh. And there's my training partner in the background smirking. And here's Yoder. See, his delts are all striated. Once again, Yoder stays lean year round. And it's times like these that make me jealous, because his delts look nasty. He does a couple sets and they're super pumped and they're striated, and everybody's jealous. And that completed our delt session, I believe. Now on the triceps, we did some incline sculls. Now some people might ask, what's up with this? Why do incline sculls? Why not just do flat? Well, incline sculls do a little different part of the tricep. First of all, also, doing an incline is harder than doing it flat, which means you don't have to use as much weight, which makes it easier on your elbows, on your joints, on your tendons, etc. And we can see Yoder's has really good form on these. He actually hit a PR today. He's never done the 35 per side before. We can see him, he lowered it behind his head and pressed it back up. And here's myself doing them. I don't quite lock out, and my explanation for that is quite simple. A, I feel it keeps constant tension on my triceps the entire movement. Also, it cuts down on strain on my joints and tendons. When you lock out for your elbows, you put a lot of strain on your elbows, and my elbows are something I don't want to mess up. So, if it means doing a little less weight to save my joints, that's quite alright with me. I'm 22 years old. I'd like to be able to use my elbows for a while. Second exercise, we did a superset of rope pushdowns with reverse grip pushdowns. And as you'll be able to see, actually, if you watch my triceps, the rope pushdowns does more of the outer tricep, and the reverse grip does a little bit more of the middle to inner tricep. You can still see the outside tri is working, but not to the same extent as it was with the rope pushdowns. A lot of people neglect the inner tricep because it's a muscle you can't see in the mirror, but as a bodybuilder, all of your muscles have to be proportionate, not just the ones you can see in the mirror, because on stage, people will see everything. Even if you're not a bodybuilder, I'd suggest trying to be proportionate, or else you're going to look dumb. And here's Yoder. Once again, his delts are popping, his triceps are popping. You'll be able to see with him as well the different parts of the triceps that each movement's doing. My main concern when doing push-down movements is good form, getting a contraction for a split second at the bottom. As you can see, Yoder locks it out for a split second, flexes his tricep, then you come back up, you do it again. Once your form breaks down because you're starting to get tired, you can cheat a little bit. You see he would have had to cheat a little too much on the last rep, so we called it quits. And for our third and final exercise, well, set I should say, since we did superset, we did FST7 with the tricep machine, which I've never tried before. I'm pretty sure my training partner hasn't either. We just went really light and 10 to 12 reps, 7 sets, 20 seconds-ish rest. It was pretty intense. I liked the machine. It felt pretty good. Might try it again. I'm more of a fan of the cable push downs and skull crushers and close grip bench dips sometimes, but this is a good change of pace, something new, something to keep things interesting in the gym. Thanks for watching, guys. And there's my third training partner. Peace, fellas.